everybody, this is Shane Severson again with Legacy Realty, and I just wanted to take a couple minutes and reach out and talk about something to be considered before prepping a house to list. A couple weeks ago I posted a video and it talked about how timing the Denver market can bring an increase in value to the sale of 10 to 15%. And there's another item to consider, and that is staging. Statistics show that staging a home properly, making it more appealing for a buyer, can bring 10% increase as well. I talk to people all the time, and many of them say that they don't believe that there's any way 10% increase is realistic. If you think about it, in the Denver market, our average price of home is just over $400,000, which would mean that me as an agent coming in and helping you prep your house properly could bring you an extra $40,000 increase. And that does seem very unrealistic. For those that are thinking that, I would challenge you and get you to think about the whole flipping business. I've spent the last years helping investors and myself flip hundreds of homes, and that whole business is basically based on that idea of taking a house that's not quite appealing to a buyer, remodeling it, getting it to be very appealing to a buyer, and putting it right back on the market for very large increases. And if you are a seller, why not take advantage of that increase yourself? When I talk to sellers, I break staging into three main categories. The first is decluttering. We all have kids, we all have busy lives, we've accumulated after years in a home much stuff. And a lot of that stuff gets in the way, just takes up room, and it makes a home look very cluttered and not as appealing. Buyers walk through, they're tripping over stuff, they can't see a space because there's just too much stuff, or the space looks much smaller than it is because there's too much in that room. And making that stuff very important stuff stays, the stuff that is not important goes. That is the key to decluttering and making that space look open, bright, and so forth. The second item that I consider in staging is just that, staging. Bringing in furniture or using your furniture properly to make a space well defined for a buyer. You think about when you go through a home, you always go through those weird areas, weird spaces, maybe off a kitchen, there's a little room there and you can't figure out what you would do with that room. And many buyers, honestly, they walk into a home and they just say, our house was kind of weird, a lot of space, I don't know what we would do with. As opposed to, you bring in a little table, you bring in some magazines and stage it where somebody says, I can have my morning coffee there, and so forth. Now it's defined in their mind. They actually enjoy that space or are excited about that space. That's the idea of staging. Make sure your staging furniture is modern and something that people would like, as opposed to 70s furniture that almost does the opposite of what you're trying to accomplish. That would be very important as well. The third and last item that I think is very important, which a lot of flippers do, and that is remodel. Always think and always remember, kitchen and baths sell homes. That's what sells homes. There are many things in a house that you can also remodel to make it very appealing. When I'm talking to a seller, most of the items I encourage them to fix or remodel brings 2 to 3, maybe even upwards of 4 times the investment that you put in. So always remember that. Staging is huge. Talk to a professional. Many people think hiring a realtor is too expensive. You may pay 5-6% for a realtor, and they may make 10% back on that. They're worth every penny. Talk to an agent, see what they have to say, reach out. I would love to talk to you, ask questions, shoot me an email, give me a call. All our numbers are listed. Reach out. We'd love to talk to you. God bless you guys. We'll see you next time.